everyone, welcome to our channel Growing Up Blue, where I post weekly vlogs about our two Australian cattle dog puppies, Rocket and Ziggy, and take you along on our training journey and puppy adventures. Today I am going to be showing you which kind of food and treats we'll be feeding our two blue heeler puppies. When selecting a food for your puppy or dog, you want to look for foods that have the very first ingredient listed as meat. Now, some people don't like to feed their dogs any grains and will look for foods that say grain-free on them. This is because in the wild, a dog wouldn't necessarily be eating any sorts of grains and they'd only be eating meat. But research does show that domesticated dogs do prefer and thrive on a balanced diet, including grains like rice. You do want to watch out though, because you never want to feed your dog any sort of corn because it's very hard on the dog's digestive system, and it can often be used as a filler in foods. With this in mind, you can choose to feed your dog either dry food, wet food, or a raw diet that you would cook yourself. As far as a raw diet goes, this can be a lot more complicated than dry food or wet food because you yourself have to make sure that your dog is getting all of the necessary ingredients. Dry food and wet food companies obviously take this hassle out of things for you, so unless you have time to properly prepare, research, and cook your dog fresh raw food every single day and every single meal, I would suggest sticking to a dry food or wet food that's already prepared for you. Dogs do have sensitive stomachs, and especially cattle dogs, so if their food is constantly being switched around, they can suffer from diarrhea, vomiting, or worse health problems. So when you find a food that your dog likes, you really want to stick with that. We've done our research and decided that we are going to be feeding dry food or kibble as our main food source for our puppies. So behind me you can see that we do have a few different kinds of food and different kinds of treats, and so in a minute I am going to explain to you why we do have 1, 2, and 3 different kinds of kibble. So if you don't already know, we are going to be getting 2 cattle dog puppies in a very short time, and those 2 puppies are going to be coming from 2 different litters in 2 completely different states, one in Michigan and one in Indiana, and that is why we have 3 different foods behind me. I will explain more about the puppies in this little link here, so you can watch that to find out more about Rocket in particular, which is the first puppy that we're going to be bringing home. But I am going to talk about why we have 3 different dog foods behind me right now. So when a puppy is born, obviously it gets all of its nutrients from its mother through nursing. But as the puppy grows older and it's weaned off of its mother's milk, you start feeding it puppy chow. And that is the reason why we have so many bags of dog food behind me. Like I said, these are from 2 different litters, so the breeders are feeding their puppies their preferred puppy food choice. So the litter that we're getting Ziggy from is actually currently feeding him this food right here. So this is 4Health puppy formula, and this is what Ziggy is currently eating right now in Indiana. We actually got a video from Right Healers the other day of Ziggy eating puppy mush for the very first time. The very first ingredient in this 4Health puppy formula is lamb, and it advertises right there that this puppy formula is made with wholesome grains. So this is the food that Rocket is currently eating, and this is a pretty heavy bag if you can't tell. But this is Purina Puppy Chow Complete, made with real chicken and rice. I'd imagine by now, since we're so close to picking him up and he's so close to 8 weeks of age and is basically on to completely dry food by now. And so why'd we get both of those foods? Well, like I mentioned, puppies and especially cattle dogs have very sensitive stomachs. When these puppies are coming from their breeders, we actually want to feed them their own food that they've been on for a little bit, just so their stomachs can adjust when they get to their new home. And then after a few days, we'll slowly start mixing in their new food, which I'll talk about in just a second, with their old puppy food, and then acclimate them to this food just to not disrupt their digestive systems too quickly and to prevent giving them any stomach problems. When we go and pick up both Ziggy and Rocket, we're actually going to bring water jugs to fill up with water from their breeders, and that's for the exact same reason. We don't want to switch anything too soon, including water, so we'll fill up the jugs with the water from the breeders and then slowly mix that into our own water, and their stomachs will have more time to adjust, and hopefully it won't cause any vomiting or diarrhea or any upset puppy tummies. So as we take Rocket and Ziggy off of the Purina and the 4Health puppy foods, we are going to be putting them on this puppy chow right here. So this is Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula Chicken and Brown Rice Recipe for Puppies. So this puppy chow has the very first ingredient listed as deboned chicken, then chicken meal, then brown rice, oatmeal, barley, fish meal, peas, chicken fat, flaxseed, and so on. A lot of really great ingredients in this food right here, and that's why we chose it. This is a dry kibble and this is puppy food. If you're ever unsure on how much to feed your puppy, it does give a serving size based on their age and weight and how many cups you will be feeding them. So this is going to be Rocket's and Ziggy's permanent puppy chow brand, unless of course they hate it, and then we'll slowly switch it again. But hopefully they love it and we'll be sticking with this one. Finally, in this video, I do want to show you some of the treats that we've gotten for our cattle dog puppies so far. They're just a few small items. First, we have good and reliable milk bones. We got them in the small size because they're going to be puppies, but obviously they'll go through these pretty quick, and then we'll size up as they get older and bigger. Next, we have Pet Botanics mini training rewards, and we got these in 2 flavors because they sounded good. Can dog food sound good to humans? I don't know. But anyways, we got beef flavor and bacon flavor, and they are just small and soft little, I guess you could say, pellet shaped treats here, and these are really good for training when you don't really want to give them too big of a treat. These easily fit in your hands, and these can be used as a higher training reward too. Next, we got Kong snacks. Because we have so many Kongs, why not get the snacks to fit inside? You can put anything in your Kongs, but these are shaped like the Kong toys, so you know, you gotta get the matching set, right? And then we have Milk-Bone Trail Mix. So this is obviously by the Milk-Bone brand, but this trail mix I saw on the shelf. It has chewy and crunchy, no artificial flavors, and if you can see, it has like little bones in here that are like different types, and then little things that look like pieces of meat. So I'm really excited to give this. This will also be another great high value training reward, and it says that this trail mix is made with rolled oats, real beef, and sweet potatoes. Sounds good to me. Should sound good to the dogs, right? And finally, we have Dentley's Dog Chews braided bully sticks. Now, a lot of rawhides, bones, hooves, that type of treat isn't safe for dogs and heavy chewers because they can choke on rawhide, and bones often splinter and you can get problems in their throat or in their mouth. Braided bully sticks are safe for dogs and they take a while to get through them, or at least longer than a milk bone. So this will be great when we put them in their supervised crate time. They can chew on this and stay occupied while we practice crate training. If you can't tell, we are super excited for our puppies to arrive. We are only 25 days away from picking up Ziggy and only 4 days away from picking up Rocket. I absolutely cannot wait. The next video that I'll be releasing for you guys is actually going to be a vlog of us driving and going to pick up Rocket, getting Rocket, and taking him home. And you don't want to miss that, so make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so that you get notified when I do release that video. And that's all for today. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, make sure you turn on the notification bell to never miss an update on our Australian cattle dogs and stay up to date on all things growing up blue. Also, be sure to leave me a comment down below. I go through and read all of them and respond to you guys, so let me know, what kind of food do you feed your puppies? Also, if you haven't already watched it, I just posted a video on how to potty train with a puppy schedule, which I'll put a link to right here so you guys can watch it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!